I don't want to die. The scabs under the bandages itch, and the air is thick with the stink of rotting meat. I've given up changing the bandages. I fear what's underneath. I don't want to die, but God help me, living isn't much better. More than that, I don't want to be forgotten. I want people to know. I can't tell anybody. I don't dare leave the apartment, but here I'm free to talk, where you can't be put off by how I look. I've got a chance. I work with a department that helps police with counseling. Worked in a department, not the nice kind. The kind where a woman's beaten to within an inch of her own life just for a cold dinner. The kind that helps a DA get a sworn statement from a teenager who hadn't stopped saying no over the course of 2 hours, even when she had to beg her on a mouthful of her own broken teeth. You think you've seen evil on the news. You haven't seen it until you watch a red tear make its way down a face more bruised than skin. I've seen evil, seen it through the swath of destruction and pain as it tornadoes through the lives of these poor women. I've been here 7 years, and I've never seen anything like what the Alistairs did to that woman. Shit hit the fan 2 weeks ago. There was a knock at the Fox border of my cubicle, a prayer to death of office privacy. Finnegan stood there, the partition wall complaining as he leaned on it. He worked sexual crimes, and had done so for more than half of his career. The kind of cop that went to sleep in his uniform. Not this time, though. The bags under his eyes made him look his full 50 years and then some. His eye tongue half undone. A limp little noose. A splotch of dark coffee marked his shirt. Finnegan placed a thick file on my table. When he leaned in to speak, the stale smell of cigarette smoke filled the space between us. We had a bad one. Got her out yesterday. Worst case I've seen. Came over as soon as I could. I don't want any of the younger ones on this case. I rolled my eyes at him. He ignored me. Confinement, he continued. You remember the Fritzl case in Austria? Like that. We don't know who she is, how long she's been there. I had some poor schmuck down in the archive going back 20 years on missing persons in the city. We've drawn a blank on nationwide, but they'll let us know. The couple were both in on it. That's rare. The pair of them. They were fucking perfect. Both retired. No biological children. Husband was a deacon at the local church. Wife taught Sunday school. They even fostered children for the system. And down in the basement, this. He slid the file across the table. I teased the file open. I'd made it through at least 20 photographs before I remembered to breathe. When I did, the air felt thick and soupy in my lungs. The first picture showed a darkened room. No windows, no fixtures. Naked light bulbs in the ceiling. Chains threaded through rings in the wall, ending in shackles. When I first saw her, my fingers tightened on the photograph. She was barely there. The ridges of her skull clearly stretching out her parchment-thin skin. Her arms were skeletal, pale even against the white hospital gown. I flipped through the pile of photographs, and each, her dark eyes seemed to look through the glossy paper right through mine. Finnegan called my name twice before I looked away.